Listen, she says you're just friends. She laughs at your jokes but never flirts back. She texts you about other guys, and you've convinced yourself that's all you'll ever be. But what if I told you she's been lying not just to you, to herself? And here's what's going to sound absolutely insane. There's a 3 second window that happens every single time you're together. And in those 3 seconds, her body reveals the truth. Her mouth refuses to say. 99% of men miss it completely. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it. I'm going to show you the hidden signals that prove she's been attracted to you this entire time. Even when she swears she's not, even when she's convinced herself you're just a friend, even when she's actively dating other guys. But before I reveal what that 3 second window is, I need to warn you about something that's going to make you uncomfortable. There's a psychological phenomenon called attraction denial, and it's more common than you think. Women will suppress their attraction so deeply that they genuinely believe they're not interested. They'll pass a lie detector test saying, "You're just a friend." But their subconscious, it's screaming something completely different. And the craziest part, scientists have identified 4 involuntary responses that happen when she's near you. Responses she cannot fake, cannot hide, cannot control, no matter how hard she tries. I'm going to reveal all 4, including the one that happens in that 3 second window I mentioned. And I promise you, when you learn what it is, you're going to have a moment where everything suddenly makes sense. But here's what nobody tells you, and this is going to mess with your head. The reason she keeps you in the friend zone might actually be because she's too attracted to you. Stay with me because I know that sounds backwards, but I'll prove it. The truth about the friend zone nobody talks about. Picture this. She hangs out with you constantly. She shares her deepest secrets. She trusts you more than anyone. She chooses to spend Friday nights with you instead of going out. But the moment you hint at something romantic, she pulls back. She laughs it off. She says those painful words, "You're such a good friend," and you're left wondering, am I really just a friend, or is there something I'm completely missing? Here's what's actually happening. And this is going to flip everything you thought you knew upside down. Women don't friend zone men they're genuinely not attracted to. They just ghost them. They let the friendship fade naturally after a few weeks. Think about it. How many guys has she actually kept around long term? Probably not many. But you're still here months later, maybe years later. She's investing time, energy, and emotional intimacy into you. And here's the part that's going to make you rethink every single interaction you've ever had with her. A study from the Journal of Social Psychology found something shocking. Women who reported having just friends relationships with men showed the same physiological arousal responses, elevated heart rate, increased skin conductance, pupil dilation as women in romantic relationships. Let that sink in. Her body is responding to you the exact same way it would respond to a boyfriend, but she's calling you a friend. Why would she do that? Because there's something more terrifying to her than losing you as a friend, and that's wanting you romantically and finding out you don't feel the same way. Psychologists have discovered that women will actively suppress their attraction to a man if they believe he doesn't feel the same way. It's called defensive deactivation. She'd rather kill her own feelings than risk the humiliation of wanting someone who doesn't want her back. Which means, and this is going to sound counterintuitive, and the very fact that she's calling you just a friend might be the biggest clue that she's attracted. The more she insists on it, the more she might be trying to convince herself. But here's where it gets even more interesting, and this is something most men never consider. She might be keeping you in the friend zone because she's terrified of losing you. Think about her past relationships. They all ended, right? They all became painful memories, but friendships, those can last forever. So, in her mind, having you as a friend feels safer than risking you as a boyfriend and potentially losing you completely when it inevitably ends. At least that's what she tells herself, but her subconscious doesn't care about safety. Her subconscious wants what it wants, and that's where the truth leaks out. In the way she looks at you when she thinks you're not paying attention, in the way her body leans toward yours without her realizing it, in those micro expressions that last less than a second but reveal everything. And there's one physical response that happens automatically every single time she's near someone she's attracted to. It's biological, it's involuntary, and she has zero control over it. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is in just a moment. But first, you need to understand the other signs because when you see all of them together, that's when the truth becomes undeniable. So, what are these signs? And more importantly, what's the one that happens in that 3 second window I mentioned at the beginning? Let's break them down. And I'm warning you, once you see these, you're going to look back at every conversation you've had with her and realize she's been screaming her attraction at you this entire time. The 4 involuntary signs she cannot hide. Before we go deeper, do me a favor. Hit the like button right now because what I'm about to reveal is going to change everything you thought you knew about her. And if you've been friend zoned, you absolutely need to hear this. Sign 1, the extended eye contact followed by the look away, not a casual glance. I'm talking about the moment when her eyes lock with yours, hold for just a beat too long, and then she quickly looks down or away, usually with a slight smile or a nervous laugh. That's not friendship. That's nervous attraction. Her brain is screaming, I like him. And her body is trying to play it cool. The look away, that's self-peed protection. She's caught herself staring and doesn't want you to know. But here's what's wild, and this is backed by research from the University of Chicago. Prolonged eye contact, even between complete strangers, can create feelings of attraction and romantic interest. The study found that just 2 minutes of sustained eye contact increased feelings of passionate love. So if she's doing this with you repeatedly, she's not just attracted, she's reinforcing that attraction every single time it happens. Her brain is literally building neural pathways that associate you with romantic feelings. And here's the part that's going to blow your mind. If she holds eye contact for 3 seconds or more before looking away, that's the window. That's the 3 second tell I mentioned at the beginning. Because research shows that eye contact between friends rarely exceeds 2 seconds. Anything beyond that crosses into romantic territory. Pay attention to this the next time you're with her. Count it, you'll see. Sign 2, the lingering touch. She touches you constantly. A hand on your arm when she's laughing, playful, fixing your collar, brushing something off your shirt that isn't even there. Friend's touch, sure. But here's the difference that most men completely miss. When a woman touches a man she's attracted to, her touches linger 0.5 to 2 seconds longer than friendly touches. She might not even realize she's doing it, but your nervous system definitely notices. You feel it. That slight pause before she pulls her hand away. And here's something that's going to sound crazy, but I want you to test this. The next time she touches your arm or shoulder, pay attention to whether she leaves her hand there, even for a moment after the reason for the touch is over. If she's laughing and touches your arm, does her hand stay there after she stops laughing? That's one of the strongest indicators of hidden attraction because there's no logical reason for her hand to still be there, but it is. That's her subconscious trying to create physical intimacy without crossing the line. And here's what makes this even more powerful. Touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. So every time she touches you, her brain is literally creating a chemical bond with you. She's not doing this with her other guy friends. Oh, only you. Sign 3, the mirroring that betrays her. You lean in, she leans in. You cross your legs, she crosses hers. You pick up your drink. Moments later, she picks up hers. You change your sitting position. Within 30 seconds, she's adjusted hers to match. This is called behavioral synchrony, and it's one of the most reliable indicators of attraction. Why? Because we unconsciously mimic people we're drawn to. It's our brain's way of saying, I'm on your wavelength, I'm connected to you. But here's what makes this absolutely fascinating, and this is something most dating coaches don't even know. Studies show that this mirroring happens more intensely when someone is trying to hide their attraction. It's like her body is betraying what her words won't admit. The more she insists you're just friends, the more her body language screams the opposite. And here's something you can test right now or the next time you see her. Make a subtle, unusual gesture. Touch your neck, adjust your watch, cross your arms in a specific way, then wait. If she's attracted to you, she'll mirror that gesture within the next 2 minutes without even realizing it. Try it. You'll be shocked. Sign 4. The laugh that reveals everything. Does she laugh at things that aren't even funny? Does she find humor in your most basic observations? Does her face light up when you're the one talking, even if what you're saying is completely ordinary? That's not because you're secretly a comedian, it's because she's attracted to you. When a woman likes you, everything you say becomes more interesting. Your presence makes her happy, and laughter is how that happiness leaks out. But here's what you need to pay attention to, and this is crucial. It's not just that she laughs, it's how she laughs. If she throws her head back, exposing her neck, that's a subconscious sign of vulnerability and trust. In evolutionary terms, exposing your neck is a sign of submission and trust because it's one of the most vulnerable parts of your body. If she touches you while laughing, that's her creating excuses for physical contact. If her laugh is slightly higher pitched around you than around others, that's her subconsciously trying to appear more feminine and attractive. These aren't calculated moves. They're automatic responses she can't control. And if you've seen all three of these happen together, that's not friendship. That's attraction she's trying to hide. The reality check you need, look, I get it. This isn't easy. When you care about someone, every instinct tells you to prove your worth, to do more, to try harder. But that's exactly what keeps you stuck. The real power comes from understanding these signals, trusting what you see, and having the courage to step back and let the tension build. But I need to tell you something else, and this might sting a bit. If you see all 7 of these signs and you make your move the right way and she still doesn't reciprocate, then she's not secretly attracted. She's genuinely just a friend. And that's okay because you'll know for sure. You won't spend months or years wondering what if. You won't waste your time on someone who doesn't want you the way you want them. You'll be free to find someone who does. If this opened your eyes to something you've been missing, drop a comment with the word signs so I know you're paying attention, and hit that subscribe button because what I'm covering next week is going to be even more powerful. I'm going to show you the exact words to say when you're ready to make your move. The specific phrases that create attraction without putting pressure on her. The conversation starters that shift the dynamic from friend to something more. You absolutely cannot miss that. Now go watch the video I'm putting on screen right now. It's going to show you the dark psychology behind why women are attracted to men who seem slightly unattainable and how you can use that to your advantage without being manipulative. Trust me, everything I just taught you will make even more sense after you